Hey guys, it's Olivia and I'm back with another video. So last week you saw the video of me doing UberX for the first time. I have been an Uber Eats driver for the past 3 years, but I recently bought a new car and so now I am able to do Uber passengers. Well, one day while I was out doing UberX, one of my passengers left an item in my car, and unbeknownst to me, if you return the person's item, Uber actually gives you some money. Well, it's not Uber themselves. The passenger ends up getting charged a fee, which then goes directly to the driver. So this fee varies by country and city, but what I do know is that I drive in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and the fee that the driver gets charged for their returned item fee is $20. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to claim your return item fee if you in fact returned an item to a previous passenger. So essentially what happened with my particular situation is the first rider that I had picked up had left an item in my car and I didn't notice. Then the next rider I picked up was like, hey, I found this and it's not mine. So then I took it from him and I just kind of kept it in my car for the rest of my shift. Then I have a dash cam in my car that films the inside of the car, and I realized that it was the first passenger. As she was getting out of the car, it fell out of her pocket and now I had it. So in this instance, I knew exactly who the item belonged to, which helps to fast track this process. So these were the steps that I took. I opened the Uber driver app and I clicked the 3 lines in the top left corner. Then I clicked help. Then I clicked help with a trip. Then you will be brought to all of your trips that you've done. So what I did was I scrolled down to the specific trip. So let's just choose this UberX trip as an example. So you tap on this trip, that's the one you need help with. Then I clicked, I have a different delivery issue. So now let's go to the full message that I ended up sending. So it asked me to share details about my specific delivery issue, and I said the passenger left an item in my car. So then I got a reply from Uber support saying, thanks for bringing the attention, and am I sure that the trip I selected, if it is that specific passenger? And I was sure because I had the dash cam footage. And then they also asked if there was a phone number to reach me by so that the passenger could contact me. So then I replied and I said, yes, it is an item for this rider on this day at this time, and they can text me from this number. One thing I will say, I didn't give them my actual phone number. So if you were around in the times of the iPod Touch, then you probably know of the app called Text Plus. Text Plus still exists. And no, this is not a sponsored video, but anytime I have to give out my phone number to someone who I don't know like that, I don't give them my actual phone number, I give them my Text Plus number. So that is the number that I provided. And then they asked me to confirm what the item was. The item happened to be AirPods. So I said, AirPods. And then they said, thanks for letting us know. And then they basically contacted the customer, letting the customer know, Olivia found your AirPods in her car. This is the number you can contact her at. So now let's go over to Text Plus. So now we're in the Text Plus app. So this was a couple days later. The passenger texted me on my Text Plus number and said, hello, Olivia. Uber emailed me saying that I left my AirPods in your car a couple weeks ago. I was wondering how I would go about getting them back. Thanks. So then I replied saying we can pick a place to meet, or if you're not too far, I can bring it directly to you. I'm free for the rest of the evening if today works for you. Then they replied a few hours later saying, sorry for the late reply. They were at work and they asked if it would be possible to bring it directly to them and if the next day would work for me, and saying that they would be home before 9 a.m. and after 4 p.m. So then I said, what address would you like me to bring it to? I can come around 6 p.m. Then they gave me the address and said that 6 o'clock was a good time. And then I said, okay, see you tomorrow. So then the next day at 5:40 p.m., I said, hi, I'm on my way. I'll be there in 20 minutes. And then 20 minutes-ish goes by. It's now 5:56 p.m. And I texted her when I was outside her house. She came out. I gave her the AirPods and then I went home. But now I gotta let Uber know that I returned the item. So then we go back into the Uber driver app. And so when I went back to the Uber driver app, as you can see with my initial conversation, it says no response needed, which means I can't reply to them saying, hey, I just returned the item. So I basically had to start a new conversation with Uber support. So I did the same thing I did before. I clicked the 3 lines, went to help, clicked I need help with a trip, and then I found the specific trip and said I have a different delivery issue. And then I specified saying, this rider left their AirPods in my car and I returned them today. I was told I would get a $20 reimbursement. Then they replied to me saying that they need to confirm that the trip I chose, it is that specific rider, because once again, the $20 that I was going to receive was going to be charged to that rider's account. So obviously Uber doesn't want to charge the wrong person for the reimbursement. Then I said, yes, it is this specific rider. And then they said, thank you, we've added the $20 to your account. Then if we go back and we go to the 3 lines and then we go to earnings, see details, and we go back to the day that I returned it, you can see here that I have $20 in my account on May 19th. And another thing you can see is that I was online for 0 seconds, I did 0 trips, and I got 0 points. And if we look at the breakdown, the type of earning isn't base fare or tips, it's other earnings, and that's from returning the person's AirPods. So yes, the proof is in the pudding. I did no deliveries that day, but I have a miscellaneous $20, and that is the lost item reimbursement fee. So that is the quick little story and the process of how I got a free $20 from Uber because someone left an item in my car and I returned it to them. Before I did this, I was like looking on the internet to just like figure out how to do it. And through my internet research, I found that a lot of seasoned Uber drivers now choose not to return items because it can be a bit of a hassle. For me, it wasn't. And this person didn't live like stupidly far away from me. So it's like, oh, I'm driving an hour to you, giving you your item and driving an hour back. So then I just got $20 for 2 hours of driving. Like, it really wasn't that far out of the way from places I was already gonna go in my daily life. And so for me, it was a quick and easy $20. But I guess it's really up to the driver's discretion whether or not they want to return said item. Also, I've heard that when some people went to pick up the item, the customer gave them cash, just like as a thank you for returning the item. So therefore, they didn't go into the Uber app and follow up and say, hey, I returned the item. And then that person ends up getting charged again. So once again, it's all by your own discretion on what you're gonna do, how you're gonna do it. But those are just some things I came across as I was figuring out what to do with this person's AirPods. Another thing, so in this instance, I was the one who reached out to Uber saying that I found this item. Another thing that could happen is the rider could reach out to Uber saying, I lost an item, I think it's in this Uber. Then Uber would contact me saying, this person thinks they left something in your car, did you find it? So either I, as the driver, can reach out, or the rider can reach out. So either or could happen. So yes, that was my experience with the rider leaving an item in my car. I did choose to return it and I got my $20. And yeah, that is the process of doing that. So that's all for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you think your friends will enjoy it, be sure to share it with them. All my social media links will be down below in case you want to follow me on there. Be sure to subscribe to my channel because I make new videos every Monday. Thank you to my channel members, and be sure to check out one of these suggested videos, and I'll see you next Monday with a new video.